let's try the pivot. And the pivot's going to work like this. Now, remember what we're doing with the legs. They're not changing position. Remember in school, did you take geometry?
Yes.
All right. Now, remember the compass? It was a point and a pencil. All right. So one leg is the point, the other is the pencil. They're not changing shape. They're just going to change position. I'm going to keep that one on the floor right now, and I'm going to pivot. I'm going to pivot, and I'm going to pivot, all right? So, and just by pivoting, you're just going to keep that foot on the floor, ready, and pivot, and pivot, and pivot. Now, take a step in, step back, and pivot, and pivot, and pivot, and pivot, step in, and back. That's pivoting off the front foot. What if I want to pivot off the back foot? That's the pencil, that's the point, and that's the pencil. So now I'm going to pivot off the back foot. So I'm going to pivot, 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 and let's see what that looks like. That foot's on the floor, and pivot. What the hell are you doing, Alpha? You ready? Now, keep that foot on the floor, and pivot. That's it, pivot, 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 all right? And now you're pivoting off the back foot. So pivot off the front foot, stand right here, pivot off the front foot, and now pivot off the back foot. That's it. Pivot off the front foot, pivot off the back foot. That's it, all right? So we're pivoting off either foot. Remember the compass, a point and a pencil, and you're just going to change which is the point, which is the pencil. So if I'm in position, I'm going to pivot back or pivot forward. I can pivot, 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 pivot. Legs stay in that position. And this is important for what we're going to do later on, with, which is the advanced stuff, switching back and forth. But for right now, I just want to get the feel of how that works.